My name is Michael Waddington, an Army veteran and former JAG lawyer. I want to address a deeply troubling matter concerning Pete Hegseth, a distinguished veteran nominated for the position of Secretary of Defense by Donald Trump. Mr. Hegseth volunteered to serve his country and deployed to various dangerous battlefields in the war on terror. Which brings me to the point of this message. Over the past week, I have been bombarded with calls from various media outlets attempting to draw an unfounded and baseless connection between Mr. Hegseth and alleged war crimes committed by members of the 101st Airborne Division in Iraq in 2006 during Operation Iron Triangle. In 2006, I served as lead counsel for one of the soldiers accused of crimes, and I traveled to Iraq to defend the soldier. A little background. Operation Iron Triangle was a massive air assault mission. The mission's objective was to destroy as much of al-Qaeda in Iraq as possible and to find and kill Abu Musab al-Zarqawi. In today's distorted reality, certain Americans, and some in the mainstream media, would shamelessly crown Abu Musab al-Zarqawi a notorious terrorist as a freedom fighter, an anti-colonialist, and probably a hero. Unfortunately, professors and students at elite institutions like Harvard might actually applaud his heinous beheadings of innocent women, children, and local Iraqi policemen, calling them necessary and brave. But make no mistake, these woke, naive beliefs are dangerously disconnected from the truth. Zarqawi was a dangerous terrorist, responsible for horrific acts of violence against both civilians and military personnel. He killed a lot of Iraqi policemen, local villagers, anyone that would not join him in his terroristic cause. He also killed a lot of American soldiers that were there fighting the insurgency. Zarqawi's actions included the brutal beheadings of innocent people and orchestrating mass murders. Eliminating such a threat was essential to protecting lives and advancing the cause of peace in Iraq. Suggesting that those who fought against al-Qaeda in Iraq and people like Zarqawi, including Pete Hegseth, are somehow in the wrong is a grave misrepresentation of reality. Operation Iron Triangle was successful. It flushed out key operatives, and Zarqawi was killed shortly after the operation. His elimination was a significant victory in the global fight against terrorism. As a lawyer who was directly involved in that case, the war crimes stemming from the hunt for Zarqawi, I possess an intimate knowledge of the facts. I have meticulously reviewed the extensive 5,000-page case file, which I still possess. I've scrutinized every witness statement and every report. I did so recently in response to requests from the media to speak about the case. And let me state this unequivocally. Pete Hegseth's name does not appear anywhere in this case file. He was not involved in any war crimes, and he was not a witness. And he was also not implicated in any wrongdoing. There's absolutely no evidence in the Iron Triangle murder cases that link Pete Hegseth to any misconduct whatsoever. The media's relentless attempt to associate Mr. Hegseth with these serious allegations is not only unfounded, but a blatant act of slander. It is an egregious example of bias, where the pursuit of a sensational story trumps the commitment to truth and journalistic integrity. The attempt to link Pete Hegseth, who served in the 101st Airborne Division during this time, with these war crimes simply because he served in the same unit is a dangerous and irresponsible leap. When I presented these facts to some of the reporters that I spoke with, rather than accepting the truth, they shifted their strategy. They began fishing for any possible association, no matter how tenuous, probing into connections with individuals who are only tangentially related to the case, not the defendants themselves, but anyone who happened to be in the same company. Despite exhaustive efforts to find such a link, none exists. I came to the conclusion that this is not investigative journalism, but a witch hunt aimed at discrediting a man without a shred of evidence. Furthermore, in multiple articles that I have read recently, the media, again, the legacy media, has attempted to malign Mr. Hegseth by accusing him of supporting war criminals, citing his advocacy for service members like Navy SEAL Eddie Gallagher. This accusation is not only misleading, but fundamentally misunderstands the principles of our justice system. Chief Petty Officer Eddie Gallagher was acquitted of war crimes. Supporting the right of an individual such as Eddie Gallagher to a fair trial and the presumption of innocence is a cornerstone of American justice, not an endorsement of of criminal activity. Our service members operate in some of the most dangerous, hostile environments on the planet, facing life and death decisions every day in the fight against terrorism and America's enemies. They are the shield between us and those who wish to do us harm. These brave men and women deserve our unwavering support, the benefit of the doubt, and the fundamental right to be considered innocent until proven guilty. To do otherwise is to betray the very values they risk their lives fighting to protect. It is also deeply concerning that some of the media appear to have forgotten the principles enshrined in the Bill of Rights. Principles like due process and the presumption of innocence. By jumping to conclusions and spreading unverified accusations, the media not only harms innocent individuals, but they also erode public trust in the press. In a time when information moves at lightning speed, in the era of fake and misleading news where news agencies that were once respected just put out whatever they can for clicks, the responsibility of the media to report accurately and fairly has never been greater. Sensationalism and bias in smearing and slander have no place in journalism, especially when they unjustly tarnish the reputation of those who have dedicated their lives to serving our nation. In conclusion, the attempts to link Pete Hegseth to incidents in which he had absolutely no involvement are not just baseless, they are a disservice to the truth and affront to justice. The media has a duty to uphold the standards of accuracy, fairness, and integrity. These are essential to our democracy. So hey media, let's honor and support our service members, recognizing their sacrifices and affording them the rights that they have so fiercely defended for all of us, including you.